There are about 452 resale homes for sale in Prosper right now. There are 704 brand new ones. So if you are trying to sell a house in Prosper, I need you to understand something before you do anything else. You are not in a resale market. You are the used inventory in a new construction market. That is a completely different problem from the one Frisco sellers have, and it needs a completely different strategy. In the next 15 minutes, I will show you exactly who you are competing with, the one price band in Prosper where sellers are getting crushed, and the thing about Prosper's luxury market that is the opposite of what everyone assumes. Let me put real numbers on the competition. In Prosper right now, there are 25 active builders across 59 subdivisions with 704 homes for sale. Highland Homes alone has 9 communities and roughly 200 homes. American Legend has 91. Toll Brothers, Drees, Megatel, and others fill in the rest. Their entry price starts around $389,000. The median asking price for a resale home in Prosper is about $912,000. So a buyer walking into Prosper has an enormous range of brand new inventory to choose from at every price point beneath and around yours. Now the number that tells you how fast this changed. A year ago, Prosper had about 4.5 months of supply. This spring, it was 6.4 months. That is a 39% increase in 1 year. Absorption is running around 6.3 months. For comparison, Frisco is at 5.4. 76% of Prosper sales are closing below list price. Only 13% close above. And here is why the builder competition matters more than the raw count. A builder can buy down your buyer's interest rate. You cannot. Across Dallas-Fort Worth, new homes are now sitting an average of 144 days before they sell, the longest of any major Texas market. Builders with that much standing inventory do not hold their price. They restructure the payment. You are competing with a payment, not a price. So what do you do about that practically? First, stop comparing your house to the resale down the street. Your buyer is not choosing between your house and your neighbor's house. Your buyer is sitting in a builder's design center being shown a monthly payment. Second, understand what you actually have that they do not, because it is real. You have a finished street with grown trees. You have a yard that is landscaped rather than sodded last month. You have window coverings and a fence and a fridge and probably $20,000 or $30,000 of things a builder home does not come with. You have no construction next door for the next 3 years. Those are genuine advantages, but they only work if you name them and price them. Nobody assigns value to a finished backyard on their own. And third, and this is the hard one, if you are not willing to compete on the payment, you have to compete on the price. There is not a third option. The buyer who can get a 4.9% rate from a builder is doing arithmetic, and your granite is not in that equation. Now, the most important thing in this video, and I have not seen anyone else say it, Prosper's problem is not spread evenly. It is concentrated in one price band. As of late July, the $800,000 to $1 million range in Prosper held 115 active listings. That is the most of any price band in the city. It also had the most closed sales, so there is real demand there. And it also had 96 listings that came off the market without selling, also the most of any band. Read those three together. The most competition, the most sales, and the most failures, all in the same range. That is what a crowded room looks like. Homes in that band are selling, but only the ones that win the comparison, and everything else eventually gives up. If your Prosper home is worth somewhere between $800,000 and $1 million, you are in the most contested price range in the city. And the difference between selling and not selling is smaller and sharper than anywhere else. Now the part that surprises people, because it is the opposite of what you hear about every other market. Prosper's luxury tier is doing fine. Homes around 1.35 million were averaging about 42 days earlier this year. In Frisco, the million-plus segment is running 84 days and higher, with a third of those listings having already cut their price. So the usual line that luxury is slow everywhere is simply wrong for Prosper. Prosper's soft spot is the move-up middle, not the top. There is one more thing your buyer is quietly comparing, and most Prosper sellers have never run the number. A home in the town of Prosper in Collin County in Prosper ISD carries a combined property tax rate of about 1.95%. The same buyer looking in Frisco ISD is looking at about 1.68. That is a difference of roughly 0.27 of a percentage point. On an $800,000 home, that is about $2,109 a year, roughly $183 a month, every month, forever. And almost all of that gap is the school district, not the town. Prosper ISD is at 121. Frisco ISD is at 1.02. Now, I want to be careful and honest here. I could not find any data showing that tax difference is actually moving buyers from Prosper to Frisco. Nobody has studied it, so I am not going to claim it is. What I will tell you is that $183 a month is real money to a buyer stretching for an $800,000 house, and if they are working with a good agent, they have seen it. Which is one more reason a Prosper listing has to be sharper on price than a Frisco listing at the same number. You are asking a buyer to pay more every month for the privilege. So here is what I would actually do if you are listing in Prosper this year. 1. Price at or slightly below the market on day 1, not near it, at it. 38% of active Prosper listings have already cut their price, which means the market is full of people who tried the other way and are now negotiating from a position of weakness with a stale listing. 2. Go look at your competition in person before you set a price, not the resales. Walk 3 builder model homes in Prosper the week you list and ask the sales office exactly what they are offering that week. Incentives change monthly and nobody publishes them accurately. That 15 minutes will tell you more about your pricing than any market report, including mine. 3. Price the finish out. Write down what your house has that a builder home does not. Blinds, fence, landscaping, appliances, media package, no construction traffic. Put a real dollar number on it and make sure it is in the listing remarks, because your buyer is literally comparing the spreadsheets. 4. Consider a rate buy down instead of a price cut. If you are going to give up $20,000 anyway, $20,000 toward buying down your buyer's rate moves their monthly payment far more than $20,000 off the price does. That is exactly what the builders are doing to you. You are allowed to do it back. 5. If you are in that 8 to 1 million band, be more aggressive than feels comfortable. That is the band with the most failed listings in the city. Being the second best value in that range is not a position. It is a slow no. Last thing, should you rent it out instead? And I'm going to be straight with you about something. For Frisco, I can tell you exactly what single-family homes are renting for, how many days they take, and what percentage of asking they get. because that data exists. For Prosper, it does not. Not publicly. The rental figures you will find online for Prosper are either 11 months stale or they are apartment averages that have nothing to do with a 4-bedroom house on a quarter acre. So I am not going to give you a Prosper rental number because I do not have one I trust, and I would rather tell you that than make one up. What I can do is pull the actual lease history for your specific neighborhood out of the MLS and tell you what comparable homes really rented for and how long they took. That takes me about 10 minutes, and it is the only honest way to answer the question. And whichever way you go, know this piece first. The moment your house stops being your homestead, you lose the $140,000 school exemption and you lose the 10% appraisal cap. Prosper ISD at 121, that exemption alone is roughly $1,700 a year. The cap is usually worth more. Get that number before you decide, not after. So to recap, 452 resale homes, 704 new ones, and 25 builders who can do something with a payment that you cannot. Supply up 39% in a year, 76% of sales closing below list, and one price band, $800,000 to $1 million, where the competition and the failures are both concentrated. None of that means you cannot sell. Homes are selling in Prosper every week. It means the margin for a wrong price is thinner here than in almost any market around us. If you want to know exactly where your house sits, send me your address. I will pull what has actually closed in your neighborhood, what is sitting and why, what the builders in your price range are offering right now, and what your house realistically brings today. No charge and no obligation to list with me. If the honest answer is wait, I will tell you that contact is in the description. And in the comments, tell me your Prosper neighborhood and your rough price range, and I will tell you which side of that 800,000 line you are on.